Okay, you've got experiences to draw from. So the hardest part of doing your portfolio, the hardest part for me, was trying to decide what to include. Once we get to the point of creating one, it's no big deal. Okay? This is the hard part. So what are your experiences? What can you draw from to show that you have proven skills and abilities? This is a list to start from. It's basically your resume. Basic, start with a resume, but beef it up a little bit. Go back and think, what are the things I couldn't include because I was trying to fit it on one page with half-inch margins, squeezing it all together, okay? Kind of go back in your mind, what were some of the things I had to eliminate? Because you can include a lot more information in your portfolio. Then, academics. Right now, your job is to be a student. Think of it as a job. What were some of your research papers? Employers love communication skills. They love group projects, they love writing samples, they like presentations where you're speaking. Anything that's a communication skill is going to be a hot topic for them. So anything in class that you've done, go back in time. Now for our freshmen and our sophomores, start collecting now. Because it's a lot harder to do afterwards. I'll give you an example. For me, I owned my own company. And I had 3 patentable products, 3 patents. And I sold the company and I sold the patents. It was very hard when I started to work on my portfolio to go back and try to get those things. Because when I walked away, I really did kind of walk away from it. Because that was their material and it's proprietary for them. I wish now I would have asked for permission to keep at least pictures of and screenshots of some of those items. Artifacts. These are the things that you're digging up that I'm talking about. These are the pictures. These are the files. They're artifacts. Start getting those together. You really want 5 or more. But 5 is a big deal. Start with 5. Give me a drawing. If you're an engineering student, you say that you do Inventor or AutoCAD, show me something you've done on Inventor or AutoCAD. If you're in finance and you can do spreadsheets and budgets and you can do projections and forecasting, show me something. If you're in economics and you can model, show it to me. If you're in English and you can write. If you're in ad PR and you can do campaigns, show me a campaign. Okay? Before you get started, this is a little tip. Be sure and change your photos into PDFs and JPEGs. That's typically what's going to be uploaded into the site. It's much easier to have those saved into the right format before you get started. It really messes with the creative process to have to stop and convert files all the time. And videos, it's usually a URL link that it's wanting to go to, so you can just go ahead and upload those up to YouTube or Vimeo. For pictures, here's some locations for some free pictures, and that you're royalty free and that you can use them. You will want to give credit for pictures on your website. You can usually do it as a little tag just below the picture, or you can have a citation at the bottom of the screen for the pictures that you're using. But here's some sites you can use. But I want to point out, of these 4 pictures, there's 3 that had to do with theater arts. Okay, so I have maybe a candidate that did set design, was in a production, and did costuming. And so these are 3 shots from the same production. Sometimes it's really good to show your story from one point of reference instead of many different references. So if I'm in 5 different shows while I'm here at TCU, I might choose the one that I was the best at and had the most input in and show my pictures, my artifacts from that one show. Because your audience can wrap their brain around that a lot better than jumping around from a musical to a monologue to something very different. The 4th picture is just a pretty picture. It's a friend of mine whose husband's a photographer and took this picture of his wife. I think it's a really pretty picture, but it's just a girl looking down being contemplative. Okay? It doesn't really relate to the other 3. Make sure that your pictures always relate and have to do with your story. There may be a picture that you like a lot, but you can't seem to fit it in. When in doubt, don't. Just when in doubt, don't. It's got to make sense to you first. Before it makes sense. Another thing I forgot to mention, I probably should. If you're doing internships, those are such great opportunities for artifacts. And sometimes they're proprietary, so you'll want to ask permission to use those in your portfolio. And if you already have a portfolio that's done, that you can show an employer, it's much easier for them to understand how you're going to use that data for your own good. And if you were asked to create or maybe you're doing social media internship or something like that, then be sure and take a screenshot before and then a screenshot after of what you do, so that people can see the before and after. Sometimes they can't visualize the work you did until they see it.